right. Let's see if everything is working as I imagine it should be, but I can't make any promises. All right, hold on. It's always the awkward part of the videos. Actually, it is. It is, but things could be more awkward, I guess I should say. Let me see if it's all working. All right, I think everything is working as we're here for another episode in our MyGM series on WWE 2K25, the start of Season 4. Season 3, we ended with a bang. Bang. It's meant to be a pun. Hopefully you got it. Season 4, we ended Season 3 with a lot of good momentum and a lot of good things happening. The Season 4 draft was what it was. I will say, not really an issue yet. I overthink things. I hope y'all have caught on to that by now. And I'm going to try my best to stop, but I'm not making any guarantees. But as these seasons go on, things get more and more expensive. Mainly the talent contracts, obviously. So, roster-wise, we don't have as many people as I would like, but at least I have things planned for everybody here. So we're starting Season 4, about to. I want to check on these challenges, because I remember in the last video on these challenges, and I've completely blanked on them. This should be doable. It's always hilarious that, I'm pretty sure we had this challenge last season, and the first show that we're doing, we have 2 non-one-on-one matches. So I don't really have to, but I am. Book 5 shows where every match has a different match type. I don't think we're doing that tonight. We definitely aren't doing that tonight, because we don't have the money to spend on other match types. Book 10 submission matches, non-impossible. Hire 5 superstars. 10 tag team callouts, probably not doing. And use 3 power cards in 1 week. So how many power cards, what were the power cards that we used? Ensure that you retain most of your fans, plus 15 popularity, and scouting. All right. Starting Season 4, running everything down. So, going through the roster, and what I have planned for everybody rivalry-wise. Again, I kind of wish we could have got 2 to 3-ish more people. But that's something that we could change down the line. Javon Evans, we're going to have feud with Andrade. Pete Dunne's going to feud with Dragon Lee. Oba Femi's going to feud with Penta. Jacob Fatu is going to feud with Randy Orton, Bron Breakker, and Cody Rhodes. Now, originally I had it planned Oba Femi feuding with Javon Evans, Andrade feuding with Penta. But I mainly changed that because I didn't necessarily want to, people that have... I'm trying to do things different than real life. I'm trying to, create things that we hadn't seen in real life. And Javon Evans and Oba Femi have competed against each other a handful of times already in real life. Leaving us women's division-wise. Sol Ruka and Rhea Ripley are going to continue their feud. Tiffany Stratton's probably going to feud with Stephanie Vercure, and then Asuka's going to feud with Dakota Kai. But again, everything there is TBD. So, I have an idea of the big picture. It's just putting it all together. And I should be honest with you, I should have wrote all this down, but I forgot. We're in Brisbane, Australia. Obviously, it makes sense to have Rhea Ripley in a match as she's defending the women's title against Sol Ruka, who... in Season 3, Sol Ruka was women's champion at one point and never got a rematch, so it makes sense to do that match here. It does suck that she is listed as a cruiser, and we have not changed her to a specialist, but that will happen at some point. Now, these next 2 matches are Fatal 4-Way and Triple Threat matches. That makes sense because it is the new people on the roster, the new draftees. So, Dragon Lee versus Pete Dunne versus Javon Evans versus Oba Femi. Which, for being honest, and this turns into a rivalry, if this creates a Javon Evans, Oba Femi rivalry, I wouldn't be entirely against it. That's just going to be TBD. And then, like I said, women's division-wise, the new draftees. Asuka making her return. Did a lot of things for us in Season 1 and 2. Then we kind of did her dirty, but we're bringing her back now. Going against Dakota Kai and Tiffany Stratton, who have yet to be on the roster. And then our big main event, massive main event, WWE title match, Bron Breakker versus Cody Rhodes. So 2 big title matches on our first show. Let's go ahead and get right into it. With a new champion. Saruka does not care that we're in Australia. She picks up the title. Good for her. Penta. We're probably doing Penta and Jacob Fatu in a match on the next show. As Obafemi wins. Fixing my headset. Andrade as a heel. Well, regardless of what we're doing with Andrade, we needed him as a heel. Whether he feuds with Javon or if he feuds with Penta, we needed him as a heel. So that's why we went ahead and did that. As Dakota Kai, good for her, pick up the victory. Not good for us, as it's only 2 stars. But I think this main event should do well. As Bron Breakker retains, good for him. Going through the competition. We'll go through these first episodes to see what they're setting up. I also forgot to mention we're already 5 minutes in, but if I get interrupted, it's going to be broken into 2 parts. I shouldn't, but I'm not making any promises. That's going to be the thing if, like, because I was supposed to do something, and then it got delayed / postponed, and I don't know if I'm supposed to still do it or not. I had to pause there so y'all can see this damn match. What they got. There's also a lot of people twitching at the moment, so I feel a bit nervous doing it, but not really. Oh, Grande Americana, I will admit I didn't want to draft, but mainly for laughs. But we passed on it as the Viking Raiders are the new tag team champions on Raw. We have an underground match in the main event here. It's a non-tag title match. Becky Lynch on NXT. It's Tony D'Angelo's the NXT champion. I'm filming this. I want to blow y'all's mind a little bit. I'm filming this Tuesday night and probably not uploading it until Saturday. And the difficult part in that is trying to not make outdated references. That is the difficult part of this. But I feel this today, obviously, that Nico Harrison was let go by the Mavericks. And I remember in my reaction video, I said oh my God, Noam Door beat Braun Strowman, good for him. I said in the short term, the Mavs won the trade because Anthony Davis helped their team out a lot more than Luka was going to help out the Lakers. And long term, it was 100% obvious that the Lakers won. It was also funny that in the short term, they won as well. It's just been a very chaotic day in the world. Very chaotic start for the world of the NBA. Hey, what was that stunt you just pulled? I don't even remember what I did to him. I'm clearly the best superstar at SmackDown. I imagine the crowd might be bored of seeing me win so easily every week. I need a bigger test, one that suits my superior skills. I want to go against both Evans and Cody this week. I don't mean in a tag match. I want a triple threat. I'm not against that. Good for him. I'm not happy losing my strap last week. As a former champion, I'm enacting my rematch clause. I want a championship rematch to get sold. Nobody else better get a title shot. I plan on doing that. So, ensure that your least popular available bruisers in a match this week. As all of these commissioner goals gives us towards talent scouts stuff that these other brands don't do, like shortening the contracts. People like these other brands don't sign people, so these power cards don't mean. as much to me. So we promoted 3 superstars to a new rank. Who did we do that with? I have no clue. I looked at this the last time around. I was like, I don't even know. Maybe because I remember that. Oh, it might have been Tiffany. It's probably Tiffany because she just got to a level 15. Because the new ranks are in every 5 levels, so it's probably Tiffany. We're right there with Rhea. Pete Dunne's kind of close, and Javon is definitely close. We're going to put Javon in the main event, obviously. A big fatal 4-way match with Bron Breakker versus Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, and Andrade. As Cody and Andrade do the same pose. I will say the other thing that's kind of difficult is I don't know whether to turn Stephanie Vaquer to a specialist or to a fighter. I don't know which one's good. Obviously, because if everybody could be a specialist, then everything would be an even playing field. But to have the option and to make things a little bit different, that's why I'm still like contemplating it. Obviously, her being a specialist would benefit us a lot more. But that's why I'm kind of waiting it out there. So I said I was going to do Penta and Jacob Fatu in a match, and I will for the U.S. title. Will there be a stipulation added to it? Probably not. Maybe their last match. I don't think this will be their last match. They'll probably do one more. So we'll put a stipulation on them then. So over here, I need Sol Ruka to be a specialist, definitely. Because Herbie, at the moment at least. Because Rhea, I think we could turn to a giant. I don't think her being a giant. Okay, we can't even turn her to a giant. That doesn't benefit us as much. So I need Sol Ruka definitely to be a specialist. Now over here, I think we're going to have Randy cut a charity promo for us. And Rhea cut an ad promo. What is Randy a level 4 or 3? Okay, we're gonna have him cut the ad promo. Rhea do the charity promo. And then over here, just because I want to go ahead and get this like the one-on-one match challenge done, I think we're just gonna stick with one-on-one matches. Book 5 shows where every match has a different match type. This one isn't that difficult, but I kind of just don't want to do it if I'm being honest. Use 3 power cards in 1 week. Who was our least popular? This one doesn't concern us that much. Rhea Ripley wants a rematch clause. Yes. Bunch of people we've not seen in a long time over there. Who does this benefit us? Who should we be booking? I think we're going to Pete Dunne and Dragon Lee in a backstage brawl while they somewhat have high staminas. These 2 men, what type of match should we put them in? I don't really want to piss off Jacob Fatu that much, so I think we'll go with, or whoever loses. I feel that Jacob losing would do a lot of damage. And then right here, we'll do Tiffany and Stephanie Vaquer at a tables match. So I'm going to imagine that this qualifies for this challenge, which again is not one that I'm looking to complete necessarily, but one that we probably will, because every match type is different. I don't know if that classifies like normal match. I'm gonna hope that it does, obviously, because I don't plan on changing the main event. Extreme Rules U.S. title match. Penta defending against Jacob Fatu. Any Extreme Rules U.S. title match? I don't think I said Extreme Rules U.S. title. Extreme Rules match. I'm also trying to save up money to make one of these logistical improvements. Pete Dunne, Dragon Lee, backstage brawl. My chair keeps creaking. It is not me making other noises. Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vaquer. Everybody's also starting Black Friday sales, and like, are we still not? I don't know. Tom's flan. I didn't know what day it was today. I was like, is it still not the first week of November? And obviously, is it? I guess having sales aren't the worst thing. Oh, I do. I do have a big. I can't. I wouldn't say it next time, but it does proclaim to that Swerve Strickland figure I was talking about last time around. So hopefully, I don't want to talk too much about it, but if you go back and listen to what I said then, you can kind of get an idea where I'm getting at now. Andrade and Javon Evans versus Bron Breakker and Cody Rhodes. Also, very funny, and I think I said this, like, I'm here to save SmackDown, because everybody hates SmackDown in real life, so if you want to see a good version of SmackDown, you should come here. And we also didn't even book our least popular bruiser, but I'm not going back and changing it now. So Penta and Jacob Fatu have another match with Penta picking up another victory. Dragon Lee wins the backstage brawl. It's always good to do a backstage brawl because you get a fan boost. I do think we should probably book in Randy Orton in a match on this next episode, since we've had 2 weeks of him not wrestling. He's one of the more expensive talents. With Javon Evans' massive victory in this main event. Good for him. I want to see who wins this tables match. We'll simulate the rest. Also, not a good sign that your world title is like not in your main event, but as Damage Control is somewhat reunited down there as well. Which we could, hilariously enough, we could also have our own version of Damage Control with Dakota and Asuka, but we're more likely going to have them feud. They have Mark Henry, which I don't remember. I talked about Son and Mark Henry, and they have Bubba Ray Dudley, so good for them, I guess. I talked about Son and Mark Henry, and then we obviously went with Mick Foley. So, I think I'm going to do something extremely ballsy right here. Thanks for the match. Against Evans and Cody, I kind of knew that they'd have to team up. Okay. Alright. If he comes back next week and asks me, I might, because I'm going to do something that's probably stupid. But I want to go ahead and get it done. We're going to go ahead and acquire the stage 4 advanced effects. Just because I want to see. Time out. That's 300,000. This one I want to get to one day, but I don't think we've ever had $450,000 there. But I want to go ahead and get this one done. I know that's the smartest thing because it only leaves us with $6,000, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. Because this is not necessarily a week or time period where we need. We'll see what all we need to do. So, coming over here, we'll do Rhea and Sol Ruka again. The women's title on the line. Because we don't necessarily need a stipulation. I think we might just save all the stipulation matches for the go home, which hilariously enough is the next episode. I just realized. I did say I wanted Randy Orton in a match, but we don't even have him feuding with anybody just yet. As he's supposed to be feuding with Jacob Fatu. Who did I say Penta? Penta's supposed to feud with Obafemi. So I don't want that to start just yet. So we'll wait on that. Alright, Cody. We're going to have cut a promo. He's also not happy. How many people are not happy here? Stephanie Ricker is not the happiest. Pete Dunne is it. And I think, who else was it I saw? Jacob Fatu. Don't we have one of... This is our biggest star. Second biggest star. One of our biggest stars. So I'm going to go ahead and use this on Cody. Now, I think we have another one. Oh! About effing time. We're about to do it. I've been waiting to do this for so long. Who is under contract for them? I think we could see. I've been waiting to do this for so long. It's not Mark Henry. Is it Mark Henry? Who is it? Who is it? Who could it be? You don't even show. Unless I missed out. Who the hell is it? Draft. If it's draft order, it's probably Mark Henry. It's probably Mark Henry. And then over here, it's probably Bubba Ray Dudley. So since I have 2 of these, I'm going to use one right now. I'll use it on NXT. I just used another power. I used the power card, so we need to use one more power card, obviously, for the challenge purposes. And we'll use this one on Raw. They might not sign anybody. Doesn't really matter. That power, again, I can't say they never sign anybody. I can say with Raw, at least. The other 2 shows at least signed 2 people. So, now, where the hell is that damn challenge? There it is. We only need to do one more. That's done. Boom. Back over here, where it matters. I want Randy in a match. Next week, we're probably doing Jacob and Penta in a cage match. I think at the pay-per-view, we might do Bron and Cody in a Hell in the Cell. So I'm trying to find a match for Randy Orton, obviously. I think we're going to do Randy versus Pete Dunne. And have Dragon Lee run in. Not the most inspiring stuff, but at least it's something. Tag team wise. We'll have Javon and Andrade in a match right here since they've started a rivalry. And then that leaves us with Braun Breaker versus Penta. Massive matchup. Jacob Fatu running in, going after Penta. Do not book your most popular, which I'm pretty sure that's Soruka. No, it's Penta. I already talked myself into doing this damn Penta match. It's actually a big time matchup to do, and we can't do it the next 2 weeks, so we're going to do it this week. And then over here, I still haven't booked Obafemi, which sucks. Asuka, not the highest level of promos here. We'll do one with Tiffy and one with... I think, who is someone that's close to leveling up? Pete Dunne and Javon. So I think I'm going to actually have Obafemi, if I have enough for it, which I don't think we won't. Where's the training? Yeah, we don't have enough. Who's doing... Okay, this costs us money. I need this run-in. I don't need this run-in, but again, it's not even... We're still not going to have enough for it, so... I don't really know who we need to cut this promo. Because I want to use Obafemi. We need to use Obafemi. I don't want him to go against Randy because I'm afraid that'll set up a rivalry that we're not trying to do, obviously. I really want to do this match. This match I'm okay with. This match makes sense. I also forgot Javon is not. We haven't changed him to a specialist yet. Which, how much would that cost? Okay, a lot more. So, who could we have Obafemi go against? And it be somewhat okay. Or do we just wait? We'll wait. We'll have him cut an ad promo. Sorry. So, I'm alright with the matches on this episode. Champion versus champion match. Braun Breaker versus Penta. Randy Orton versus Pete Dunne, which I do not think this match has happened in real life, and it would seem fun. Andrade versus Javon Evans. And then Sol Ruka defending against Rhea Ripley. Alright, it's a good episode. Good opening act, good main event. Penta actually winning. It's very funny when you do it to like aid somebody and then the other person still wins. Andrade wins now. And Rhea Ripley picks the title back up. I'm intrigued by this third matchup. So they never book Razor Ramon in any matches, by the way. Noam Dar has at least beat Braun Strowman twice now. This Macho Man is still their world champion. And Natalya and Tamina are fighting for nothing, as they were tag champions in real life at one point. Okay, don't like that, but it's only by 2,000. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just realized the damn trophy. Okay, this is most popular. Okay. I planned on doing Bron and Cody at Hell in the Cell anyways. I'm not reading all that, but I appreciate it. Rhea. Okay. They have at least one last man standing match. Seems reasonable. Okay. Thing one. I should. Maybe at the pay-per-view we'll have enough to do a 200,000 thing. What was I just saying? Who did we use this last one on? This last, what? That doesn't make any sense. Y'all saw me do it. Y'all saw me do it, and y'all saw that. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe they... Time the hell out. Time out. I bet... I don't know. I really don't. Alright. Oh. Time out. That doesn't make any sense. I just have to wait to the pay-per-view, though, I guess. Alright. We might come back to that. Thing one. Penta, Jacob Fatu, their last matchup. What type of match? I don't know. I might end up changing that. We need Cody. We need as many charity promos as possible to like stat pad. So Cody doing a charity promo. Probably Randy doing a charity promo. We'll come back to the others. I think we might have Rhea and Sol do promos, but we need to fill out the matches first. Stephanie McCurr and Tiffany Stratton are going to be in a match. Asuka is going to be in a match with... I don't know just yet. Obafemi, I really want a match. I think we're going to have Obafemi in our brand showcase match. That way, I at least can say he's being used for something. I want to do something weird. And I want to do Rhea versus Dakota and Sol versus Asuka. And then we could do, so that takes up, because that takes up 3 spots. The issue there, though, is that it keeps us from getting this one done, which is not the biggest deal. Not the biggest deal. But I'm trying to get that last trophy now, obviously, you can see. So I'm kind of screwing myself over. Actually, I'm not screwing myself over. I don't know. I'm talking out my ass at the moment. I was thinking in my mind, because we need to do Rhea and Soul at least one more time. This is what I was thinking. We need to do Rhea and Soul one more time. But putting those other 2 women in this rivalry, we could get a good Fatal 4-Way out of them. So I just don't know when to do that. I'll probably try to get that challenge done first, though. So back over here, we need a last man standing match. And I think we do Andrade and Javon in the last man. I'm going to go ahead and do Dragon Lee and Pete Dunne in the last man standing match. That way, I already have this done. The thing that sucks is Dragon Lee has a very low stamina already for some reason, where nobody else really does. And then I just went ahead and told y'all the matches for over here. So Stephanie McCurr and Tiffany Stratton will put in a stipulation. We'll have them in a backstage brawl. We need Rhea and Dakota Kai in a tables match. This way, again, that every match is a different match. And then Soul and Asuka in the underground. This sounds weird as hell. It kind of is. And then a charity promo. And then we're not going to have enough to do this last charity promo, which sucks because we're like off by like less than $1,000, which is hilarious. So I already said that Obafemi is going to be on our brand showcase match. Every match stipulation here is a different one. Do we have enough? If I clear that completely, I don't think we have enough for a clash change, which sucks as well. Actually, no, I apologize. This is needed. This is needed and worked out a bit perfectly. So I'm actually going to have, I don't think this matters that much, but I'd rather Andrade do it than Oba. So actually, very good booking because we needed 6 one-on-one matches. We got 5. We will have 1 more at the pay-per-view. Boom. That challenge is going to be done. At the pay-per-view, I could use I could do this one at either this week or at the pay-per-view or even the week after, but that'll be done. We need to start hiring people. This is very close to being done. So we'll have 3. This one's expensive. This was expensive. I could just hire a bunch of jabronis. I don't really want to do that, but we could hire a bunch of jabronis to get that one done. We don't have the money for that, and we will have to wait like, I don't know, and I'm going to hope that the pay-per-view counts toward this. If it did, that'd be hilarious. It would be good and bad. Good because it counts for us. Very bad because it counts for them as well. So we will wait and see with that. So 1, 2, 3 are about to be done. I could do 4 very easily. This one is going to be, like, we have another month to get this one done, which we're about to be 2 of 5 here. We can be 3 of 5 very easily. So that is going to be our goal right now. So who also, again, is closest to ranking up? Pete Dunne's right there. And Javon's right there. And Obafemi is right there. And Jacob Fatu as well. So, again, we're very close to that. So a very good episode right here, though. Dragon Lee and Pete Dunne in a last man standing match. Dragon Lee versus Pete Dunne. Last man standing. Dakota Kai versus Rhea Ripley in a tables match. I'm sorry to Soruka for putting her in an underground match, but that was the first matchup that I saw. I was like, screw it. Also, just like I could understand last week, like I don't like how close the fan advantage is between us and ECW. I could understand it last week because we didn't do any charity promos and we like upgraded our effects, so I can understand it for last week. But I don't like that it changes so quickly. So hopefully, this changes a lot. In the underground, Soroka is entering to go against Asuka. And then Penta defends his U.S. title. Yes. What is the thing here? 2 popularity, 28% injury chance. Penta versus Jacob Fatu. U.S. title. Iron Man. Which wasn't one of the challenges to do a last man standing. It was. What do you get out of this? Another of these cards that I tried to use, and we got blocked out for some reason with that, but I think we should be able to use it next week. So I'm okay with everything here. There's nothing much else we can do over here. So let's go ahead and get it done. I'm glad that we got Javon turned to us, or turning Javon into a specialist, because I really wanted to get that done. And I almost kind of forgot about it. It's Pete Dunne picks up a victory here and completed the rivalry. Not the best thing. So Rhea wins here. Stephanie wins here. So Ruka wins, so good on both her and Rhea winning. Our main event, big main event here. With Jacob winning. And their rivalry being complete in a 5-star match. I will take that. They ain't got any charity. They got any promos. They got no room. All right. They have a backstage brawl and a charity promo. Don't like that. They have 1 charity promo and a backstage brawl match. And did they have a 5-star main event? Let me go back and look. Okay, they had a 5-star main event as well. Don't like that. Okay. They're still in the lead. How the hell are they in the lead by that much? Don't like that. This is not good. This is even worse. Look, Aldous, I need to shake things up. I want to use a completely different fighting style from now on. The fans want to see me. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. I know that I'm saying that I do, but I don't. I haven't been in any matches while the fans are starting to forget about me. It's time you woke up and put me back where I belong. That is fun. All right, so I said he could be in this match. I don't really care that much about that power card. Braun Breaker, Cody Rhodes, WWE title, Hell in the Cell match. Sounds pretty cool to me. Have at least 1 steel cage match this week. This is hilarious because, Hell in the Cell, steel cage, very similar. I am mainly doing that to get that XP card. This is the main reason to why I'm doing that. We're going to have Rhea or Randy. Who needs the charity promo more? I think we'll go at Randy because he's got a higher stamina. And then over here, we will use Asuka. I'm fine with that. Now, I will say, thing 1, coming back over here. I don't know why this is becoming a problem. Why is this becoming a problem now? I don't like that. Alright, it's starting to piss me off a little bit. Because y'all saw it. Y'all saw that we got to use it, and then now we can't use it for some reason. And it's not like freaking Mark Henry and Bubba Ray disappeared. They're literally here. And, what the hell's going on? Maybe I can't use it because it's a pay-per-view. I don't know. I'll wait it out another damn week, I guess. I don't really want to, but I will. Back to what I was saying. Because this is a cheaper week, I think we're going to try to sign some talent. So Mankind we could bring back, hilariously enough, in a different persona, which might not be the worst idea. I don't want to waste every... Oh, my God. All right, I know what I'm about to do. All right, Montez, we can bring back. Ilya Dragunov, we can bring back. I don't really know if we have any plans for them. This is where I don't really want to do this, but I am. Talent scouts. Oh my God, we'll be broke. We would be broke. We can't do that now. Trick, Lyra. We're seeing a lot of familiar names. Jimmy Uso. All right, we only got 15,000 left, and we also got to take into account of how much we'd have to spend to sign some of these people. I also see Diesel up there. Shout out Diesel. Wendy Chu, Blair Davenport, Jordan Grace, Montez Ford. I said I didn't have a problem with Montez Ford, and I stand by that. So, should I take Lyra or should I take Jordan Grace? This whole row is like everybody I would consider in signing is this whole row. I don't really have any plans or ideas for Montez, so we'll probably pass on him. We need to care more about the women's division, as weird as that might sound. Now, we'll say what sucks is that... Alright, we'll probably go with Lyra. Even though Jordan Grace does sound intriguing. Who do we need somebody for first? Lyra, Jordan Grace. Who are we going for? I think I'm going to go with Lyra. Now, what sucks about this is I don't know which of these cards to use. It would be this one, but what sucks is that's going to end up costing us like $1,000 on the show cost, by the way. I also forgot about this. I also forgot that one of the challenges, and the good thing is that one of the challenges to use 50 talent scouts. But 15 one-on-one matches, we're about to do that. Wendy Chu isn't the worst idea. We have not had her on the roster yet. Even though, obviously, I'd rather have Lyra or Jordan Grace. That's something that comes to mind. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Jordan Grace or Lyra Valkyria. I think I'm going to go with Jordan Grace. Now, again, what sucks about this is it's going to F up our show up here. So I think we're just kind of wasting money. So, as much as we need to sign people, I think we're just going to wait it out. So, let's go ahead and get the show done. Oba, Femi, versus Otis. You know what? I'm glad I picked Oba Femi for this match. This seems like a match right up his alley. Versus Otis. Versus Mark Henry of NXT versus Bubba Ray Dudley of ECW. As Otis wins. Good for Otis, I guess. Probably not, because whatever power card he just got, they're going to use against us. But Otis sacrificed himself for the brand as well. So obviously this is Hell in the Cell, and for some reason the challenge was like, to have a steel cage match. Any other time we would have had a Hell in the Cell match, but because I wanted that power card, that is why we've opted for the steel cage match. I also don't like that this will conclude this rivalry, which is not the worst thing. WWE title. steel cage match. As Cody is now WWE champion again. We at least got a 5-star match out of it. I need to find a way to take these fans away from ECW. That is what we're working with now. Because doing a full show of charity promos made it worse somehow. How does Liv Morgan bring in more fans than Randy Orton? I'm just being mad. Tamina of ECW. Chelsea Green of Raw. And Bianca Belair of NXT. As we at least win this one. So I just had enough room on my paper to write all this down. Alright. Otis is a 0 stamina now. Okay. So we got another one of these. How are they so far ahead? That's my question. What are they doing that I'm not? That's not the worst, but I'd rather just keep Dakota and Asuka. I'm not giving up money for them. I'm definitely not giving up money for him. Okay. I don't know why he keeps teasing me with this. Listen up. I've got real beef with Penta. He keeps taking my stuff from the fridge, and I've had enough of it. I've had enough of his disrespect. I want to settle things in the ring with him. I can guarantee that things are going to get heated. We could do a match. I don't really want it to be something long term. Andrade, I probably could do that. Okay, this is what we need this. What sucks is we don't have a lot of cruisers on the roster. I know that Stephanie Vercure is one, correct? She is. Okay. And Dragon Lee. Shout out Dragon Lee. This is not going to help us as much as I would hope. Who the hell else could be a cruiser, though? Bro, they also got such a low freaking... All right. Okay. That did not count. I didn't really expect it to. I kind of wanted it to, though. Can I use this power card? I can't. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that, though. Y'all saw that, though. Y'all saw that, though. We should be able to use that power card. All right. Who else on our roster could turn into a cruiser? I wish it was like a specialist could cut these damn promos. Javon, obviously. We got that card that helped us out more than any other one would. But you see, like, the issues, like, they're level 1 promos. And then we don't even have... I don't even know who we could rely on. Obviously, Soruka. I don't really need her cutting promos for a whole month when she's in a world title rivalry. So, Dragon Lee and Stephanie Vercure might get stuck in that duty. At least Dragon Lee. Over here, we're supposed to do a Penta. I didn't know we had to do this match this week, but we will. We'll start the show off with those two. In a backstage brawl. And we don't have any other... Oh, my God. Because I want to try and get this done as soon as possible. But I don't even think we have enough money for that. Javon and Andrade in a stipulation match makes sense. Rhea and Soruka in a stipulation match makes sense. And then that leaves us with who needs to be in a match the most. Do we do Asuka and Dakota? Go ahead and do them in a match, in a tables match. And then up here, we don't even have enough money for a lot of these people. We don't have enough for a charity promo, at least. So there's going to be time to rely on the old reliable ad promos. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and get this done. We're about to do this. This should not take that long. We got 2 more weeks for that. Then this is going to be the hard, this is going to be the hard one. This is going to be the hard one. Because we could honestly just sign, 1 week, sign all the talent that's, here. But it's just going to be a bunch of people I don't want on the roster. This is me trying to get to the Hall of Fame before anybody else. So, I will say, I won't use any. Let's go ahead and start to, when we can. So, I don't want to use that this week because, we have enough money for everything. So, I'll wait and use that one. I'm trying to hold on to this $100,000 as long as I can. Is the next pay-per-view Money in the Bank? Because that would... Okay. Perfect. Because I was about to say, once we get to the next Money in the Bank, that's probably when we'll use this, if I'm just being honest. So, I'm trying to screw over ECW as much as I can. So, ECW there. This one doesn't even, probably won't bother them that much, but ECW there, and then one more. This should be a good episode, and I need a fan boost, and I probably should wait for this, but I'm not. We're going to go ahead and use this one, and then that challenge is done. Boom. Now, 3 more weeks, we'll have this one done. This one should be done anytime. So, again, we're just trying to... Next week's episode might suck. One of these episodes might suck because we're probably just going to hire, all the local talent that we can, and then I don't know what we'll do with them. So there's that. Now, there's definitely something I'm forgetting because I'm going a little bit too fast. Oh, this. I know there's a power card over here. We have 2 of these. I'm going to wait this week because Pete Dunne could level up pretty fast. Jacob Fatu could level up pretty fast. We need Javon, Pete, Jacob, Obafemi. Obafemi kind of the most, if I'm being honest. So I'm hoping I can get through one of these episodes without using that XP card, but we might use it on... We should actually use one this week and then use the other one the week after. So, Bron. We'll probably use it on Bron. Screw it, we'll use it on Bron. We'll use it on Bron this week and then see who's the next closest. We'll probably end up using it on Obafemi, though. If not him, then Javon. So, let's go ahead and use this on Bron Breakker. He leveled up a ton. And then, boom. So, there's that. Backstage Brawl, Pete Dunne versus Penta. We're kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place because it's we're trying to get in the Hall of Fame and our fans up. We don't have enough money to do both. So right now we're trying to get to the Hall of Fame because that is definitely something you want to do first. Or the fan part. I'm not going to say it could change at any time, but it potentially could. Potentially. Asuka and Dakota Kai in a tables match. And if you want to know why we got so many obscure stipulations, you know why we're trying to get that challenge done. Even though the only one that's really obscure is the tables match. Andrade versus Javon Evans in a last man standing match. Is it starting to get cold in my room? And I don't have the heater on because it'd be way too loud for y'all potentially. Rhea Ripley versus Soul Ruka women's title sub mission. All right. I think we are doing our part. We're doing very good. I just don't know what they're doing so well. That's my kind of an issue. Penta wins here. Asuka wins. I'm also glad that Asuka turned herself to a bruiser. I was trying to hold off on the Dakota Kai rivalry, but it just made the most sense to do that now. Also, did not even get that big of a fan boost from Dragon Lee and spending $45,000. Though that didn't even give us that big of a boost. Javon Evans, gone on a good run on our roster. As Rhea Ripley is still the champion. And their rivalry is almost done. I don't like it when other shows do backstage brawls. Only I should be able to do that. Look, they got a backstage brawl in their main event. They're still going to be ahead of us. I know it. It also doesn't help that I don't look here. I wait till we can see them all at once. Okay. Not that much. That, again, that's encouraging. Oh, why is Open Femi asking for time off? All right. I also forgot that I was supposed to help out Andrade one week. I did forget about that. Thanks for the match against Penta. It's always better to settle these things in the ring. Hey, boss. I was hoping to take some personal time. Can I get 2 weeks off? All right. We'll do it because we don't really have anything for him at the moment. He probably should. He's probably not going to get booked this week. Maybe next week. Hey, boss, you've had me benched for a while, and I really want to get back in the ring. Don't you have room for me on tonight's show? He would definitely be in a match. Okay. This helps out tremendously because the match that I had in mind is one that will cost a lot. But Bron Breakker and Jacob Fatu versus Randy and Cody. We need to take either the U.S. title off of Jacob or the WWE title off of Cody. Because my big picture was a Bron Breakker, Jacob Fatu versus Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes rivalry. And I don't want both the singles titles and the tag titles lumped in this one rivalry. Even though it could be like a winner-takes-all scenario, it's not the worst thing. What you understand where I'm getting at there. So, this match is definitely going to main event. We need to help Andrade out. So, coming up here, we're gonna have Penta do a charity promo. All charity promos. We need a backstage brawl. I don't really know with who though. I think I'll have a backstage brawl with Andrade and Javon because this is a good rivalry. And if I could do... Okay, I can't. Which is hilarious. So I can't have... Alright, y'all saw what I was getting at there. It's like, this is a big rivalry. Doing a backstage brawl should help the fans out. We'll do this because Andrade asked for that. What sucks is that we're going to try this. It's just that they're level 1 promos, and we don't even have enough to do it for both. So we'll do it for Stephanie. I also did forget we were supposed to use one of these XP cards, but again, I don't really think that helps us out. Oh, time out. All right, this is already done. So we don't even have to do that just yet. We're almost done here. So we got this week and next week. This one's done. Then all we got left is this. Which, if I'm being honest, and I'm taking a big risk doing this now, it hurts me to do this because I'm a stingy MFer. And I know it's cheating. That's what makes it more hilarious. That makes it... Alright. I know alright. Oh, that's funny. It's funny. It's a little bit funny. RVD. This is hilarious. We can bring RVD back, even though I don't really want to. I'd rather go a different route. Ken Shamrock. Do we have anything that Ken Shamrock could do on our roster? Because Ken Shamrock is probably the most intriguing name there. All right, I think we'll just save the money. Now, something crazy that I'm about to do, because you can only do this. All right, I'm probably not. What I was about to do, because if you see here where it says Gauntlet Eliminator, the winner gets a 3-week contract extension. So we could hypothetically use it on all the people that we just signed. But I will probably pass on that. So we could do another charity promo up here. Boom. Now, I will book all of these people in a match, though, if I can. I was about to do another... Oh, I know what we need to do. But we ain't going to have enough money for it. All right, Stephanie McCurr, I love and respect you. I don't think that's going to help us out that much. So, who's the cruiserweight here? All right, this is a hilarious match today, but y'all understand why I am doing it. And then an ad promo from Tiffany Stratton. Boom. And then what sucks the most now is that out of the town, because I have all our money tied up. RVD obviously would be great, but I'd rather go a different route. Even though I really wanted RVD to team with Javon Evans. We don't necessarily need that. Ken Shamrock and Pete Dunne could do something. But I also don't want to go, because we didn't even do an Immortal Talent Search the last time around. We only did whatever the one under Immortal is. Legend. Bron Breakker and Ken Shamrock can do some things. Pete Dunne and Ken Shamrock can do some things. So I'm slowly talking myself into Ken Shamrock. But I think we will wait it out. Now, I will also say here, we have that done. We're about to be show 4 out of 5. Next week will be 5. Boom. I know I didn't really want to spend that $100,000, but I'm going to hope that we get the money in the bank, and then boom, we got the $100,000 right back. And some. I'm also glad that I looked here and saw that she's cutting a self-promo. She's supposed to be cutting a charity promo that she doesn't have enough for, so she'll be cutting an ad promo. So I'm glad that I caught that. Even though, timeout, I was about to say, we don't need the challenge with the XP because we got that done already. Boom. All right. What helps, and the reason I like this casket match, 20,000 fans, backstage brawl, 10,000 fans, 2 charity promos, and all the match types are different. I'm pumping my fist in the air. So let me write all this down. Episode 82. Andrade versus Javon Evans. And an Extreme. I'm also glad these two... What was their last match? Last man stand match. Their staminas have not went down that much, so good for them on that. Asuka and Dakota Kai in a backstage brawl. And I'm going to do one more massive thing, but I'll wait a second. Disco Bell versus Whitney. I also just realized they're both heel and face. Wasn't there another cruiser? Technically, Stephanie McCurr. All right. This is not going to be the best thing, but you can understand why we're still doing it. Disco Bell versus Whitney. And I've already wrote it down, so I'm definitely not changing it now. Quaid. Casket match. Hashtag loser leaves town. Massive main event here. Tornado tag. We putting the damn titles on the line. So there will be at least one double champion guaranteed. Bron Breakker and Jacob Fatu versus Randy Orton And Cody, Rhodes, tag, title, tornado, tag. Boom. I feel there's one thing I'm forgetting. I'm going to continuously say that. Still can't use that for some reason. We have 3 contract negotiations. I think we're legitimately about to get a 4th one. So we need to start signing people. And one of those challenges is obviously the talent scout one. But we can't. How many more of these talent scouts do we need? 37. We can't like do 37 talent scout searches 1 week. So we need to go ahead next week, sign one more person, and then do this, and then we'll be in the Hall of Fame. Here we go. Big episode. Big episode. Big episode after big episode after big episode. Last week's wasn't the biggest, but this one is pretty massive. This Andrade wins this time around. So I'm misplaced my water. Oscar wins. Loser leaves town match, which is hilarious because both will be leaving town. Whitney Quaid wins. That sucks, but I think we still get the fan bonus regardless. I'm going to hope that we get the fan bonus regardless. I also didn't know what Penta's promo brought in as Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes are the tag champions now. I'm going to simulate this and see something. So how did she make it out of that match with a 0 stamina? That's what I wanted to see. How did she make it out of that match with a 0 stamina? Look at that. Back-to-back weeks, same people doing a backstage brawl. How original. Poor opening. Okay. I don't think it was. Also don't know how much money we got off that because I'm trying to go through this fast. I'm trying to get in the Hall of Fame. Okay, this is our 4th one of these. Back in the fan lead, which is important. Nashville, Tennessee. Nick, what was that all about? What did I do to deserve that? I won't forget about this. I'm sorry, Javon, but Andrade asked for it. All right. Rest your male solo champions. All right, thing 1. I almost forgot. Now, I will say this. I don't need to do... Oh, my God, this is going to hurt. All right, I'm going to take the chump way out. I'm going to wait, because I was about to say, I could just sign an Immortal Talent now, but I need to wait and do the episode and see how much money all the matches cost before, obviously, I sign an Immortal. So, Cole Quinn, who's been in many WWE 2K games, will be competing in this, or he's signed. Will he be competing potentially? I'm going to take this because that could be of use. So we got another one of these done. We're about to have one more done. Then we'll be in the Hall of Fame. So, main event. I think we will rest our male solo champions. Randy and Bron Breakker to start up their rivalry. I don't know what match to put them in. Randy and Bron Breakker will be in a match. I know that. We have not done anything with Tiffany or Stephanie Verker in a minute. I'm ready to conclude this rivalry with Rhea and Sol Ruka. It has been a great rivalry, but I do think it's time to conclude it in a steel cage or an ambulance. We'll go with steel cage. Steel cage. We need a backstage brawl. I wanted to do Andrade and Javon in a backstage brawl, which they have not competed in one just yet. And it makes a lot of sense with the actions of last week. So they could be in a backstage brawl. And then we don't have enough for another casket match. So we will avoid that. I need to go ahead and put Randy. I think we'll just settle for an Extreme Rules match. And we're probably not going to have a lot for any charity promos. So these two make a lot of sense in a submission match. But if I just change this to a tables match and we can get one charity promo off, which I messed this up because, all right, we won't do these two in a match this week. We're supposed to do Tiffany and Stephanie in a match, which I've already forgot what match type to do. All right, these two. This is supposed to be Andrade and Javon in a backstage brawl, and then Tiffany and Stephanie in. We already have an Extreme Rules. An underground match? No, we don't have enough for that. Tables match. We'll just do a tables match. That way we could do Penta, doing a charity promo, 2 ad promos from Asuka and Dakota. Unless they have enough to do a... We don't need a class change or a charity promo. I'd rather take the money. So... We should get this done. We should be in the Hall of Fame. And I can celebrate. We're in the fan lead right now. But, you know, you got to secure things. Every week that I can look, I'm going to try to look there. I'm also very happy that, like, rivalry-wise, we've been able to somewhat continue all that. And they all kind of had continuity in one way or another. So, that is good as well. So, episode 83. Concluding Rhea Ripley and Soul Rico. What we need after this pay-per-view, bring in more women talent because they've all been feuding with one another. So that's our next goal. Rhea Ripley versus Soul Rico. This has also been a fast episode. We went through already 1 month's worth. We're about to almost through another month's worth. Women's title, steel cage match. Backstage brawl with Andrade versus Javon. I also realized the next episode is a go-home episode. Andrade versus Javon Evans in a backstage brawl. Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vicker. Tables. Then Randy Orton, Bron Breakker, Extreme Rules. All right. Anything else of note? We have how many fixed match cards? I think just one. Just one. I'm going to wait and use this at the pay-per-view. I'm not going to worry about it too much now. I'll wait and use this power card at the pay-per-view. So a lot of our attentions are kind of going towards post money in the bank. Because we're kind of okay with how everything is going at the moment. Rest your male solo champions. We are doing that. All right. Big episode. As Rhea Ripley retains and is still the women's champion. Andrade wins. Stephanie Vicker wins. Rivalry I've been waiting to do. And Bron Breakker wins. Good for Bron. It's going to suck that was a less rated match, but a solid episode nonetheless. I don't see any backstage brawls. I do see Motor City. Shout out to them. I don't see any backstage brawls or charity promos. So I should have also put the damn... I'm being very stupid. I should have put the title match in the main event. I just realized that as well. But I was so hell-bent on doing Randy and Bron. I was like, I put it in the first spot that I saw. So I just did realize that. So we have another trophy that gets us into the Hall of Fame. So many power cards out of that. Fan-wise, we're in the lead. Very good spot for us. Very good spot. He's so mad. He's trying to come at us that way. Hey, boss, I've been talking with Kai a lot lately, and she had an idea to put us in a tag match. I am willing to do that, but probably not this week. Definitely not this week. All right. I'm psyched to be on the upcoming PLE. I don't know if we'll be doing that. We'll see. All right. Chase. What to do. I had an idea for the main event. All right. I think Jacob Fatu needs to lose the U.S. title. Because I'd rather him and Bron be tag champs and probably worry about accomplishing that after the pay-per-view. But who do I need to put the U.S. title on is the question then. All right. A lot of questions. All right. Thing one, we're not going to book Rhea and Soul in a match this week. They'll be doing charity promos. Or at least Rhea is doing a charity promo. I kinda... Let's think this through. Andrade wants to be on our next pay-per-view. How he will be, I don't know. I will say that flat out. But we will try our best to oblige to that. I should do Jacob versus Javon versus Andrade. Does it benefit us more? Okay, I think I know what we're about to do. I know what I'm about to do. I think we're going to do the tag title match tonight. And then at the pay-per-view, the triple threat. And whoever wins there. And then Andrade's booked there. So, boom. So, main event. I want Jacob and Bron to be our tag champions. What type of match? Normal match, because their first match had a stipulation. So, with that, fixed match with Jacob winning. And then, because I have him lined up to do a match at the pay-per-view, on one of these. And then, there's probably... any week I can try and use that, I will try. I feel I saw something. I want to use this at... okay. Cannot block GM, brand, or PLE power cards. Cannot be used the last week of the season. So... this, I don't know. This has not helped us as much as I would have liked of it to, but I will go ahead and use this because Money in the Bank is a pretty big pay-per-view for us. So we have all of that lined up. Now over here, Pete Dunne and Penta will probably do in a submission match. I wouldn't mind doing them in a casket match, but I don't really want to risk losing out on either, mainly Penta. I think they'd be okay in a submission match. I should sign a talent as well. But I don't know who just yet. We'll come back to that. I think we're just going to do Andrade and Javon. I'm taking... this, we're going to say, hypothetically speaking, is a pick your poison situation. So we're going to do Andrade versus Dragon Lee, which the main thing that sucks about that is Dragon Lee and Andrade don't mesh, where with Javon and Obafemi, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to put these two up here. Pete Dunne and submission match. Now, I will do this as well. That way that we've already done it, we don't have to worry about Sol Ruka and Dakota Kai versus Tiffany and Asuka. This does not mesh well at all, but it is at the request of Sol Ruka. Very risky. Charity promo. Last time, potentially can do that. And then I told you Javon versus Obafemi. Extreme Rules. This is the match that mainly needs a stipulation. We'll put them in Extreme Rules. Now, I'm going to come over here. I don't have enough to do one of those, so we will settle and do a Renowned Stars Talent Scout Search. Ethan Page, I could probably find something for. Cora Jade, Thea Hill, Ashante the Adonis. Do I take the risk? I'm going to take the risk and go ahead and do one of these. Jimmy Uso appears again. I don't like that I spent all that money. Y'all saw I just spent all that money, and only one star appeared here. I don't like that. Johnny Gargano is not that bad. We're probably between Johnny Gargano and Lyra, if I am being honest. Cora Jade, maybe. Who do we need something for next? Andrade. Him and Johnny Gargano have history. We do need something for Obafemi. And Penta. I said that I need to worry about the women's division first. So I think that's why we'll go with bringing in Lyra Valkyria, correct? I think that's the logical choice. Alba Fire, though. What's the difference here? 20,000, 16,000. So we're saving 4,000 for a higher level talent, but a kind of a less popular one, but not by that much. All right, I wanted to bring Lyra Valkyria back. We're bringing her back. Now, I will say we'll bring her back on one of these deals. All right. She can be used for this. Boom. So Lyra Valkyria is at least here for 11 weeks. We also have 4 of these. And I think we have 1 silver one, correct? We do. So we brought in Lyra Valkyria. Who could do an ad? A self promo. You know what? Screw it. While we got the money for it, we'll have her do a self promo. Anything else? I feel like there's probably something I'm forgetting. And if I'm being honest, if Obafemi... Now I can't. Because I was about to say something. If Obafemi or Dragon Lee win, I would add them to the match at Money in the Bank. But obviously I can't have 5 people in a match. So either one of them needs to lose or both of them need to lose. We'll take that. Or win. You got the point. All right. I'm all right with this episode. I'm mainly happy because we're in the Hall of Fame. We're doing our charity promos. We don't have a backstage brawl, I just realized. But if I took this, how much more will we need? All right. We'll actually have call out. Where's a call out? She can call out Tiffany. Very rare opportunity that we do that, but I don't know how much of a fan boost Stephanie Vaquero's bringing, and I'd rather get the guaranteed 20,000 for the backstage brawl than spend 45,000 and not get as big of a boost. Which I actually think, I'd rather see these. I want these 2 in a submission match. I was about to change it. I'm going to leave this a submission match. So Penta and I'm about to get really crazy. No, all right. Because I just told y'all, like, the implications with Andrade, Dragon Lee, Obafemi matches. I didn't really feel comfortable with those. We don't have enough to put in any. All right, y'all get the point. Penta Pete Dunne, submission match. Javon Evans and Obafemi. Solruka and Dakota Kai versus Asuka and Tiffany Stratton. Yes, I know it's weird, but Solruka and Dakota Kai requested a team with one another. Andrade versus Dragon Lee. And then lastly, for the tag team titles, Legacy versus New Legacy. And the moment I said that, I completely blanked and forgot there's actually a channel called New Legacy Inc. Shout out to them. A great channel. They don't really need my shout out, but I obliged anyways. We need a tag team name. That's going to be our objective for the next time around. What is the tag name for Jacob Fatu and Bron Breakker? Tag team title backstage brawl. Alright. Anything else? How many power cards are we using this week? Because we are kind of using a lot. We are obliging here tonight. We should be obliging there. I don't think we have any more promises. Look at me, a man of my word. Except for those contracts, which I do not remember bringing Otis in whatsoever. We got the power card, a fixed match. We're using a lot there. We're up on the fans. We're in the Hall of Fame first. Let's get this episode done. And then we got Money in the Bank. Then we're done with this episode. Spinta wins. So Obafemi wins. If Dragon Lee wins, then we are in a conundrum. A very big conundrum. That's why we should have just went with the ad promo, but you got to put people in opportunities sometimes. As the team that wanted a team together lost. And then they'll message me saying, look how fun that was. We had a great start. Okay, Andrade won. So the pay-per-view match is going to be Andrade, Javon Evans, Jacob Fatu, Obafemi for the U.S. title. I wonder who wins this match. Oh my god, new tag champions. Three out of the 5 shows this freaking month, they did a Backstage Raw on their main event, trying to copy us. 938. Oh, Jesus Christ. We only got like less than 1,000 fan advantage over them. Holy crap. All right. No power cards. That's good. I'm happy when Soruka's happy. She's happy. Good for her. Listen up, Nick. I don't like the direction things have been heading for me. So I'm changing roles. I don't care what you think. Now, I'll admit, this is not the biggest deal. The absolute thing that sucks about this is I just told y'all the match plans. That would legitimately make everybody in this match a heel. But I don't want to make Javon too mad. So y'all see the problem there. Y'all see the problem there. Ensure your least popular fighters in a match this week. I hope. I have no clue what that is. All right, we're definitely putting Rhea in this match. Boom. We are probably. I think it makes sense to put Cody in this match, even though I want it to be. We're doing Randy because he has a higher stamina. Boom. Now, who the hell is our least popular fighter? I'm gonna hope it's Obafemi. I think he's a bruiser though. He's a bruiser. He's freaking Lyra. We don't have any plans for Lyra. I'm so sorry, Lyra. Y'all see the issue here. Jacob Fatu, Andrade, Javon Evans, Obafemi. It's fair. I should put Penta in this match. But y'all understand how we got here. I'm going to leave it this way for now. I might change it. Probably not. I might. We're going to have Cody do a charity promo. We have enough to use one of these, which we very rarely do. So we'll go ahead and use that. We actually have enough for a talent scout search as well. Not that much. Oh, jeez. Trish Stratus. Do we go the rare route? I think her and Tiffany, who did team together in real life, get soul. Okay. I'm not gonna say it's rare, but I think I can get behind Tiffany and Trish. I think we're gonna bring in Trish Stratus. I think we're bringing her in instead of having to keep continuously spend money on these searches and then ended up getting nobody. So, welcome to SmackDown. Trish Stratus. Oh. And now Sol Ruka and Dakota's probably feuding with Tiffany and Trish. And then Asuka could feud with Rhea. And then Stephanie and Lyra. I don't really like that. Might be Stephanie. Who the hell is left? Stephanie and Asuka. Lyra and Rhea. I can get behind that, actually. So we need Stephanie to be a fighter, correct? I'm just going to probably go the cheap route and go in the asshole route and make her a specialist. I will go ahead and say that now. So, I'm not the biggest fan of the Dakota and Soul team. There's probably something there. They seem happy about it, or Soul seems happy about it. Dakota's not that happy. Do we have a morale booster, I will say? At the moment, I don't think so. So the next time we can boost morale, we need to with Dakota because we already have big plans for her. All right. I'm definitely doing this. I'm more than like I'm doing that. Screw it. This is our issue. This is our issue. Everybody in this match is a damn heel, as you see. Who is going to be feuding with who next? It's kind of what we need because that can lead to who the hell interferes. I've not had like a straight up rivalry for Obafemi just yet. Logically speaking, we could probably just take Jacob Fatu out of this match. How do we do this? I could take Jacob Fatu out of this match. And then when we get to SmackDown, we could just say a one-on-one match. But then again, we're just going to be in the same situation because we only got two faces at the moment. So we need to find a way. We need to find somebody to bring in to feud with Javon, Oba, and Andrade. Dragon Lee could feud with any of them. So there's that. Pinto is supposed to feud with somebody. So we probably need to bring somebody to feud with Oba. Because we're probably going to go with Dragon Lee feuding with Javon and Penta feuding with Andrade. And I have a wild idea with Pete Dunne and Penta, but time will tell there. So I think I'm going to take the risk, and I already had it planned out. We're just going to leave this a U.S. title match. I know that everybody's a heel. It doesn't bother me. It shouldn't bother y'all. It will bother one man that messages us that says, hey, not everybody should be a heel in the match, etc. But I already had it planned. Javon kind of ruined it, but he's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm okay with all this. We are at the special PLE place. I'm ready to write all this down. Here we go. All Fatal 4-Way matches from this SmackDown brand. So Rhea Ripley. This is a TLC match. Rhea Ripley of SmackDown versus Caden Carter of ECW versus Ivy Nile of Raw, who used to be on ECW, versus Roxanne Perez, who used to be on SmackDown, but is now on NXT. Oh my God, that hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I don't think you understand. It hurts. I just want to win. I'm pissed. Jacob Fatu versus Andrade. I'm pissed. I'm kind of pissed. There's Javon Evans versus Oba Femi. U.S. title TLC match. As everybody's doing a damn backstage brawl too. That is hilarious. Good on Andrade. He should be happy for us, and I'm glad that that rivalry got concluded. Jacob got injured, but we have a lot of injury rehab cards, so we should be able to use at least one on him. As everybody's also doing a damn backstage brawl. They're like, oh, the one wiki's not, we will. This is the other thing, is I don't know what the PLE bonus gives us. If the PLE bonus like gave us the same fan advantage as a backstage brawl, then, you know, not complaining. It's just a haha thing, you know. A-Town Down Under defeats the D'Angelo family. Wanu and Sid, both of their tag names. I don't know. Is Razor Ramon actually competed in a match this week? Good for him. Because again, they always had him cut in promos. All right, who are we going against over here? Chris Sabin, Gunther, Lexus King. Chris Sabin of NXT. Is my headset starting to fall off? Gunther of ECW. Lexus King of Raw. Please. 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 Oh my God. Fuck. Now I'm pissed. And you can tell I'm pissed because I said fuck. And I said it twice. I just wanted the $100,000. Come on. We put our 2 top stars in the match. Now I'm pissed. We're still in the lead. No, we're not. We're just having the... Oh my... Terrible ending. Terrible ending. Terrible ending. Terrible ending. I don't even want to look at y'all. I'm going to... All right. We're going to do something... All right. I'm not doing that. I think Javon ended up hurt somehow. Or he's vetoed. No, he's just got a star across his face. I'm pissed. Heated pissed. It's the most pissed I've ever been. Not really. On here, maybe. Maybe on here. Javon, I just let you turn heel. You can't be doing this type of stuff to me. Doing a head count... It looks like Evans isn't here this week. He left a note in the locker room saying needs time away from management for the next 2 weeks. Javon, you got 2 strikes because you screwed me over twice in a row. Hey, boss, you've had me benched for a while. I really want to get back in the ring. Don't you have room for me on tonight's show? Sure, Lyra. I love Lyra Valkyria. All your female... I think this is probably the best one. This is probably the best one. All right, boom. Please tell me there's a fixed match card. There is it. All right. We're going to do something extremely risky. And we already did that with the damn not doing a backstage brawl promo, by the way. But hell's coming. Hell's coming. Y'all see what's happening there. Trish Stratus is here now. Andrade is champion. We need Dragon Lee to be a... Oh, we can't even level him up to be... All right. We don't... This is what sucks. We can't even have him be a specialist just yet. What can Andrade be? Can Andrade be a specialist? Because we're probably doing Andrade versus Dragon Lee. Okay. We'll have Andrade be the specialist. We need a backstage brawl. We need a backstage brawl. Oh, I forgot Lyra won in a match this week. Trish is going to do a charity promo for us. I think we still have enough. Do we have enough for a backstage brawl? We have just enough for a backstage brawl. With who? I forgot that. Rhea and Asuka. Alright. We're going to do another... Oh my God, we don't have enough for all of this. Next week's show, we're going to have Asuka and Dakota in a cage match. But this week, they'll be in a backstage brawl. Then Lyra wanted a match. She could face Rhea. Doesn't make the most sense. Doesn't make the most sense, but this is going to be our next rivalry anyways. I just didn't really want it to be started now. I also forgot over here, because we have so many of these, and he's only out for 3 weeks. We'll give... do we have a health spa? I think we have one. He needs it the most. We'll give it to him. And we don't have enough for another charity promo. $2,000. I always look. Yeah, you know, maybe there's a slip up on my end. I'm going to do this episode just so I can see. I want to end with the fan advantage, and then I can move on. I think I'm actually going to take the risk and not have Andrade be a specialist. We'll save that for next week, potentially. Alright, I'm willing to take that risk. Rest your male solo champions. Is Cody the only one? Well, we'll go with Randy, because he's also level 4. Your solo champion. Who the hell? Andrade's not booked? Female. Hilarious. That's only Rhea. I don't really need that much. So we could have Cody do this damn promo videos. It does. I don't think this matters that much because they're the same popularity, and we'll give Cody the week off because he has a lower stamina. All right, there's that. Uncle AHS is very pissed off right now. I hope y'all know that. Pete Dunne / Penta. One of them is also paying the price. I also don't think y'all realize that as well, because the loser leaves. We're on episode 86. Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vecker. Steel Cage, just to conclude their rivalry, because we know what they're doing next. Asuka Dakota Kai will be in a steel cage match next week to conclude their rivalry, because we know what we're doing with them next. Lyra Valkyrie requested a match. She's going against Rhea Ripley. Somewhat of a punishment for losing that brand showcase match, but I'm not that mad at Rhea. I could never be mad at Rhea Ripley, you know what I'm saying? Penta, Pete Dunne. Casket match. The thing that sucks is that one of them will be leaving. But I'm a greedy person and want that plus 20,000 fan advantage. Y'all don't understand how pissed I am that we didn't get that. We're doing all stipulation matches this week. What was it that I was trying to? I'll save it, because we're gonna do the half-off matches. We need to save that for like a go-home episode. Immediately grant a superstar on your brand plus 25 popularity. We're gonna have to do a Sonic next week because we're about to lose out on a talent. We needed this. We need this for Dragon Lee, but maybe not if we just turn Andrade to the specialist. So we'll save that one, and we'll use this on Lyra since she's competing tonight against the top woman star on the roster. Any other ones we will wait for. Unless, again, I don't know what the hell happened there. Y'all see why I'm mad about that, though. I imagine what ended up happening, and this is just me thinking, and I might be wrong. Maybe they signed Mark Henry and Bubba Ray Dudley with one of these, and then that first week we were able to use that power card, and then the next week, because they're busy and gone, now they're on a full-time contract. That's what happened there. Maybe. I don't know. Just me thinking out loud. Doesn't matter that much. We're going to get this episode done, unless something dramatic happens and I have to do another one. And then we should be wrapping things up. But again, when you're going to have to sign another talent at some point. As Tiffany Stratton wins. Dakota Kai wins. Look at Trish, big star. Rhea Ripley wins. Big match. Big match right here. As Penta wins. I didn't want to say this out loud. Oh, my God. Maybe we should have just had Pete Dunne win. I don't want to say it out loud, but I'd kind of rather had Penta win than Pete Dunne because I already forgot. I said who I was going to have a feud with. I said, look, we're going to put a backstage Raw in the main event. Oh, we're going to put a backstage Raw in the main event. Better not. It's an Iron Man match. No backstage brawls. I'm a trend setter. I also didn't see how many fans we got. I did, but I forgot. I think we're still behind. Not by that much. I'm not gonna say I can't live with that, but also NXT has $1 million just to not use it. By the way. Okay, this is a terrible time for this to happen, but it's mainly the main person here that it sucks to not have is Dakota, because I had already said we was gonna do Dakota and Asuka, but that's not that bad. I also thought Javon was about to be out. All right, I'm not. It's not. It could have been worse. I thought Javon was going to be out 2 weeks. He was only out a week. At least one submission match. Probably not. I could do Randy and Javon. I'm not against doing Randy and Javon. The thing that sucks, though, is like, we desperately need to sign talent. So this might be a week where we do that. I'm going to do Randy and Javon in a backstage. Time out. Okay. All right. Now it makes sense. Now it's clicking. All right. This is risky, but obviously we need to sign talent. I'm going to be the asshole to say we don't need women's talent because we just signed women's talent. Dude Love. LA Knight. Bring him back. Yeah. LA Knight's kind of the best. Out of these people here, it's LA Knight or Dude Love, which... What the hell could either of them do? I don't even know what LA Knight could do. We needed somebody for Obafemi. Because we're going to do Javon and Dragon Lee. Jacob and Bron versus Randy and Cody. Andrade and Penta. Which we can't even do that. We're also down. We're supposed to bring in somebody to face Oba. We got to bring in somebody to face Oba. And then women's division-wise, we're okay. So how many men do we have on the roster? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to do something very... Like, we need somebody for Obafemi. For the sake of this, I might bring in Montez. We also should have got a lot of money back for losing Pete Dunne, if I'm just being honest. I don't even think we got that damn much out of that. All right. Have one submission match, only for the sake... We might do a submission match. I'm not guaranteeing it. I think we'll bring in Montez for the time being, because we did not have that bad of a run with Montez. And we just might not even use one. We're probably not going to... We're definitely not now, because I spent the damn money on it. U.S. Open Challenge match. Andrade and Montez. Randy Orton. We don't have enough for a backstage brawl. We have just enough for one backstage brawl. Cody, who is Cody feuding with? Cody's supposed to be feuding with Jacob, so very interesting match we're about to do. I don't think we have enough for a run. We definitely don't have enough for a run in. So Randy sucks to suck. I want to end the episode with the fan advantage, but I feel this is going to be a week in which this obviously does not happen. We also have to bring in 2 more men talents, preferably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'd prefer to bring in 2 more men talents. I think we're going to go to this. We're at the 2-hour mark, which should be the end of the next episode. We really got screwed over by not winning that Money in the Bank match. That's where, because if I could have the extra 100,000 in my back pocket, then I would have been very happy. Lyra Valkyria versus Asuka. Andrade versus Dragon Lee versus Oba Femi versus Montez Ford. U.S. title match. And then we got one more. Trish Stratus versus Sol Ruka. Backstage brawl. Main event. Let's see if anybody else does it. All right. Can we get the lead off of this? We do have a new champion, though. How the hell did that happen? How the hell did that happen? What was Asuka's stamina going into that? 36 in a normal match. That's not good. Andrade retains. As we got split into 2 rivalries like needed. Oh, Sol Ruka went in this. I'll take it. No backstage brawls. 1 backstage brawl. No backstage brawls. NXT, could y'all give us some money? Now we're down. Even more. I'm not giving no bonus. I don't want to give a bonus. I ain't giving no bonus. Screw it. I know he's going to get mad at us. I don't care. It's definitely not the best thing to make your top star mad. All right. Javon wants a match with Randy. This is going to be terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible, but we're doing it. I don't care. And we got enough for one more charity promo, right? If I put Braun Breaker in this match, doesn't really change things that much. This is a hilarious card that we could have used, but it would have cost us a lot of money. We don't have as many injury rehab cards as I thought. Soul and Trish, one-on-one match. And then who over here could have a one-on-one match? This should be... I just knocked my phone on the ground. This should be when we do Dakota and Asuka. But we obviously can't do that because Asuka's out for 7 effing weeks. I think we're going to do a very random tag match. Which obviously we should be booking our tag champions in a match. But just so we're not doing back-to-back weeks. You know what? That match was so good. We're doing it again. Because we don't have any money to do any other match. I've talked myself into this. We're definitely doing this. This we got to do. This we got to do. This is what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead because I think I'm probably very rarely going to use this. I'm going to use this on Montez. Now, do we have a morale booster? I don't think so. I just want to end the episode with the fan advantage. That's why we keep going, even though I said we would stop. So we're doing 2 charity promos and 2 backstage brawls. And putting our talent in a lot of danger. And we still need to bring in 2 more men, preferably. Even though we gotta have plans for everybody now. I don't remember what we said Javon was doing, because everything has changed. But I'm okay with this episode. Randy Orton, Javon Evans. Backstage brawl. I don't need this to be a backstage brawl. I'm going to change that Fatal 4-Way match to the backstage brawl. This is too risky to have as a backstage brawl. So, what I was about to... Alright, if I change this to the backstage brawl, and then just did Cody versus Bron. We could also bring Penta back. I just realized he's only out for 6 weeks. I thought he was out for longer. Is anybody else available? Dakota is... Alright. Very random match. I told you... Alright, this is me thinking on the fly, and because I only have 1 match wrote down. I told y'all that I wanted to do a Jacob Fatu, Randy Orton, Braun Breaker, Cody Rhodes Fatal 4-Way. That was going to be a big picture. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put this is a triple threat. That way, because Dakota, all the women are high promos. No, excuse me. Where Jacob isn't. So it benefits us to have this main event to be a triple threat for the WWE title in a massive match. Okay, that was me thinking out loud. And then we still got our backstage brawl, and we still got a massive main event. And we should get more money out of this promo because of that. Correct. And I'm also going to give Rhea the week off. Since everybody has high promos now, like I said, we'll give Rhea the week off. Boom. So there's that. Even though, let's think this through. Who is the most popular out of all these people? All right, Dakota. The issue is, all right, actually, Lyra. We need her doing the ad promo. Now, why am I like harping on this? Is because when some of these talents do the charity promos, and when they do an ad promo, they lose out on their popularity. Where if they're doing a charity promo, they don't. So that's why I swapped that there. So boom, everything is going fine. Everybody's, you know, when I'm trying to rush through this stuff, trying to get back in the lead. Now that I like paused and thought about some of this stuff, we're doing okay. Soruka. We had to do Javon and Randy. I wanted to do 2 backstage brawls to get the fan boost. So we're doing that. We got 2 charity promos. I'm willing to put the U.S. title on the line here, and it's kind of one of those situations to where whoever walks out with it, and then they could actually do a match in the ring where, like, Andrade, and I'm doing hypothetical fingers where, oh, I never lost the title, so you get the point of that. U.S. title backstage brawl. Main event, Jacob Fatu versus Bron Breakker versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. Randy was supposed to be in the match, but he was taken out by Javon Evans. And it does suck, but our short-lived team of Bron Breakker and Jacob Fatu might be ending early because Jacob Fatu might leave with that low morale, but I'm going to try to bring that up as quickly as possible. Him and Dakota Kai, because they have the lowest morales. Randy wins this. I don't really want that to be a rivalry, but it's not the worst thing. As Trish wins here. I'm very happy we brought in Trish Stratus as well. That, like, an immortal that we could actually use and benefits everybody. Because Mick Foley's kind of screwed us over. Oba Femi, who, logically speaking, this would make the most sense. Probably an actual fight. With a massive main event. With Bron Breakker once again, the WWE champion. And Cody hurt. Not the best thing. Poor finale. A WWE title match of a poor finale. What was the highest match here? A 3.5. Alright. When it's like halves. Now you like nitpicking. I don't even know what the next pay-per-view is as well, which makes it kind of crazy. They're still in the lead. I don't know what else to do. Alright. Our tag titles are vacated. Our top star just left. A lot of people are injured. This is a good spot to end it while we are down in the fans. Now we definitely have to bring in another damn male talent. How many power cards do we have? We have this one and this one. I think we might save this one, but we need this one definitely. Which also helps is that, like, we still have these as well. All right. We're only down by 9,000, 10,000 ECW. I can't have this going on too much longer. The video and this. 8,000 actually. What sucks is that everybody is, like, really banged up. How many we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 injuries. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 healthy damn men. We had a fixed match card. Oh boy, would things get messy. Alright, Bron and Randy, I'm doing in the main event. Javon could do a run in. Doesn't make the most sense, but it somewhat does. An Iron Man match. Rhea Ripley, Lyra Valkyria, women's title match. Oba Femi and Montez Ford, backstage brawl. tag team backstage brawl. Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Sol Ruca and Dakota Kai. Obafemi Montez Ford. I'm willing to take the risk. And make it a cat. I might cower my way out of that one if I'm being honest. EO, or we might be probably bringing EO back. Okay. EO would benefit us. We need somebody for Stephanie Vaquer. We also needed another male talent, didn't we? We needed somebody to team with Bron. I would like someone to team with Bron, let's put it that way. Which none of these people really fit IMO. I think we're going to bring Naomi back home, and we're bringing Naomi in. And then there's a chance that we're bringing in Jey Uso as well. Tyler Breeze would be nice, I will admit. Even though EO is right there. What is Asuka? What was we supposed to be doing? Because we were supposed to be doing Asuka versus Stephanie Vaquer. Where now we could change it to EO. Whatever way because Naomi versus Stephanie Vaquer makes the most sense. But EO has history as teamed with Dakota, where hypothetically speaking, we would be replacing Sol Ruca with EO to put her with Dakota to go get Tiffany and Trish, which doesn't make the most sense, and I don't really like it because, again, I would have to turn either Sol Ruca or Stephanie Vaquer heel, which I don't really want to do that. So I think that's why it makes the most sense to bring Naomi in to feud with Stephanie Vaquer instead of EO, even though I think most people understand why I'm going this route. So we're bringing in Naomi. On what type of contract, though? I think this is the best one because we only got 10 weeks left in the season. And then we have one of these, which we could use for Jey Uso. And I don't think we have the power. We do have this power card, even though I'd rather just save the money. So I've already talked myself into using this for Naomi, though. So bringing Naomi back. Which, hypothetically speaking, we could, do. This is the second time we're doing this to Asuka. Which, she's out for a long time. How many women do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, I'm so sorry, Asuka. But I'm a stingy person. What would Jey Uso be doing on our roster? Is the question I'm asking myself now. Because logically speaking, we need somebody to team with Bron Breakker to replace Jacob Fatu. I also forgot the tag titles ended up vacated in that whole situation as well. Jey Uso's the biggest star here. I think we're gonna wait until the pay-per-view. We'll wait till the pay-per-view and make one more. We'll make a sign in there with that other power card. Back over here, though. Boy, if I could fire somebody and get the $300,000, even though I want the stadium over everything else, I would do it. We're gonna be cowards and only do backstage brawls. I wanted to do it as a casket match. It made sense to do it as a casket match. I think I'd rather do it as a backstage brawl, and then these two could do a backstage brawl as well. It does not hurt, I will admit. Do we bring in Jey Uso? This is gonna be my question. Do we bring in Jey Uso now? The thing is, I don't really have any plans for him on this roster. I think I'm just going to bring him in for the week to cut a promo for us. I think that is going to be it. I wouldn't mind Tyler Breeze on the roster, but again, I don't really have any plans for him either, so that's why we're going to avoid bringing in Tyler Breeze. And Penta's out for how much longer? 5 weeks. So this week, the pay-per-view, and then the week after the pay-per-view, we can bring him back. All right. So we'll leave that as it is. What is the fan? I just want the weed back, and I can do this. Even though I can't, we're already at the damn pay-per-view. We're probably going to do the pay-per-view episode too. Tyler Breeze. All right, we'll leave that. We'll leave everything as is. At least one Iron Man match. What is the pay-per-view as well? Bash in Berlin. I think that's the one where you can raise the morale. Rhea Ripley versus Lyra Valkyria. Women's title match. Backstage brawl for the U.S. title. Oba Femi versus Montez Ford. Because I'm so stingy, and because they got high staminas as well, I can't even do what I was going to do. I was going to say, well, we'll do it a backstage brawl. I should have. I should put Jey Uso in a match, but I'm not. Stephanie Vaquer versus Naomi. We need to change Naomi to a specialist. Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Soruka and Dakota Kai. Iron Man match. What did we get out of this? One of those. Those are okay. Bron Breakker and Javon Evans for the WWE title. Or Bron Breakker versus Randy Orton. Javon Evans interfering to sell Bron or Javon's face first. WWE title Iron Man match. Ooh. The new women's champion. I didn't really expect. I kind of expected it. Still U.S. champion. Okay, good start. Nobody got hurt. So we have a new WWE champion, though. He's only out 3 weeks. That's not that long. I don't know what match got that high of a rating. We just did 3 backstage brawls and went down. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't. That doesn't help. That damn sure doesn't help. It always also is always the person that loses the title, by the way. Hey boss, that's fine. I don't really want to do this. It's also funny, I'm pretty sure I did them in a tag match a couple weeks ago. I don't care that much about that. Stephanie Ricure wants in this match. That's fine. I need Naomi to be a specialist. I've gotten to the point where I don't care. And I'm willing to make the sacrifice. And then... Why has everybody got... Look at this. Dragon Lee would have been great for this. This would have been great for me to keep Jey Uso, by the way. I just realized that as well. I just heard the words that came out of my mouth. I don't even know why I did that last search, hilariously enough. We're bringing in Pete Dunne for the... you know what? What's funny is I could just bring in Pete Dunne and keep him. Now we're down $2,000, which I fully did expect because I can't do basic math. And we can't even do a charity promo if we wanted to. Where can I get $2,000? I didn't really mess that up because any of the power cards that I used, I would have had to sign him for the 1 week anyway. I messed up by doing so many the freaking talent scout searches, which always get me. While we're at it, might as well keep them. Where can I get $2,000? Naomi, we'll just have to do this on a different episode. I was kind of overreacting that because the charity promo costs way more than a damn whatchamacallit. Class change. Alright. I'm alright with this. Is a sacrifice I'm somewhat okay with. Not the most proud of, but it's our last straw to get the fan vote at the end of this, which even then I'm not expecting it. I just don't know how we got into this. Stephanie Kerr versus Becky Lynch. Versus NXT's Becky Lynch versus Natalia of ECW. I've gone so long without a Baja Blast, I'm starting to get all pissy. Which I'm kind of already that way. Didn't even win here. Oba Femi versus Montez Ford. U.S. title casket match. Oba Femi wins. He might be out for a while though. Okay, he is. He's only out for 7. He's not. No matter the end result, We got to end this video because I cannot upload videos that are too long onto YouTube. Okay. Mark Henry again of NXT. Bubba Ray Dudley of ECW. And Akira Tozawa overall. Bubba Ray went in. Alright. Let's end this damn video. They are way ahead of us now. They're way ahead of us. Should have just ended it a while ago. I don't know how, though. That's what got me so... And they're freaking got the 10 trophies, too. We lost. We didn't really lose. We got there first, but we are losing. We are losing. I need to do a trade. That's hilarious right here. They're kicking a man while he's down. I don't know who we realistically need to trade for. That's the thing. I won't on. You know what? I don't care. I'm very sad. I should have ended it a while ago. This would have just all been shit that happened, though. I could have, you know, Charlotte's that wasn't the worst, but I was also prepared for this. I'm fairly certain. I'm only going to do this for Obafemi because he is at 2 stamina. That's hilarious. Still a power card from Superstars who win. I'm fairly certain they are in a higher stadium or arena. Again, I can't see that. That's just going to be the only thing that I can imagine because I'm doing casket and backstage brawls every week. And again, I'm never going to get to $450,000 to upgrade this. So that I don't even know who I had to let go. At this point, nobody. I like Trish too much to freaking let her go. $2,000. That. What the hell? All right, thing one. I'm bringing Penta back. I should obviously, I was glad I did not use that on Cody, by the way. What sucks is I had to, is we could go so many weeks without doing charity promos. We could do all ad promos and matches that don't cost anything to get to the 450,000, which I think that is the route we're going to go, just for us to get to the 450,000. I'm also going to do this. I shouldn't, but I've already done enough stupid things this video. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Leaving us with 12,000. Everybody that could be booked will be in an ad promo this week. So Penta's back. Dragon Lee and Andrade are here. We have 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women. 1, 2, 3. So we have enough for 4 matches and 1 promo, which should be cut by Stephanie for Kerr, correct? Yes. Actually, no. How the hell is she a level 1 promo? I think that was just for the month. That was just for the month that everybody has a 5 promo, which did, in hindsight, makes a lot of sense. We have to have Trish in a match, is because 2 heels, you see the problem there. You see the problem there. I think we're just not going to do any ad promos, which is definitely terrible. But a triple threat with all of our available talent for the women's title. And then we could do Tiffany and Dakota in this match. Oh, we have enough for one promo. Andrade, Dragon... Obafemi is the U.S. champion. I've completely went blank on that. In Penta's return, he will go against Bron Breakker. I didn't really want this to be a rivalry that continued. It should not be a rivalry that continued. For the sake that they saying that it's continuing. I'm not doing that match because that's going to cost a lot. Bron could do our promo. The road to $450,000 now is what we're at. Why are we down so much? That's the issue. Why are we down so much? If we were down this damn much, I wouldn't be that bummed. I'm so bummed. I'm not going to write this down. I did take a picture of it. I can write it down later, but... Oh, hooray. They also probably got the $100,000 too and used the money on that. And we're about to get another Hall of Fame trophy, but it's not going to matter because they quit counting after 10. I also just realized I need to write this stuff down because I'm not going to remember who wins. As we have a new women's champion. I guess that's good. As they have Rick Steiner now as well. NXT, could you give us some money? I don't even know where the hell all those... Oh, that one thing. Do not push Trish Stratus in a match this week. That is funny. We're going back to our old ways of all promos. Cody is back. Dragon Lee wanted his next match to not be against Andrade. Is Randy Orton back? Randy's got another week. If I could find a tag partner for Javon to go against Randy and Cody, that would make sense. Did we ever do Dragon Lee and Pete Dunne, or I just talk about doing Dragon Lee and Pete Dunne? Well, so we've done so many damn episodes. We did. All right. Who could I put Dragon Lee against next? Because Javon would have made the most logical sense. But we'll leave that. Charity promo with Trish. Boom. That makes sense. A backstage brawl with Stephanie and Naomi. Makes sense. We'll have Stephanie do a promo at some point. Cody should be facing Javon. Who Andrade should be facing, I don't know just yet. So we got enough for one more charity promo, right? Yes. All right. Will it be Tiffany cutting it? Probably not. Cody needs a match against Javon. And we're going to do a fatal 4-way. Obafemi, Dragon Lee, Pete Dunne, and Andrade we won't use this week. Two backstage brawls, 2 charity promos. This one will end off because we're already a little bit past 2 hours 30. Next time around, we'll finish the season since we've already went so far in depth. It might be a while before we get to the next episode, as we are so far behind on the fans. That's why we kept going, obviously. How the hell we'll get there, I don't know. The thing that we need most is $500,000. That way we could buy a new stadium, which, if we're being honest, we might have to, worst case scenario, we might just have to wait to the draft and just have a terrible draft, but at least have the money. So we will end off here. We know what we're going to next time around. We will also, I'm going to point out, we won't. I was going to say we could get to 11 Hall of Fame trophies first. Again, they quit counting after 10, A. B, it's not going to matter because ECW's probably going to beat us there. So it definitely sucks the position and where we're at, but we could be the other 2 brands. So there's that as well. So I'm going to stop for now. I do appreciate y'all for watching this. This is a way longer than one than it was supposed to be. So I'm out for now. Goodbye. I'll see you when I see you. So I need to take a picture of this. And I'm out. Goodbye.